Okay, well basically Z Hostel, we're the first luxury hostel in the Philippines. I wish we had a more interesting story behind that, but basically when you see three Z's next to each other, what does that remind you of? Sleep, right? So at the end of the day, we just want to provide our guests with a good night's sleep, but with a fun, social atmosphere. It's the main difference between a hostel and a hotel. They say is the letter S. It stands for social. The hostel is really all about the social atmosphere. Our rooms are composed of mixed dorm rooms, good for 8, 6, 4, and we also have private rooms. The dorm rooms are all co-ed, but we also have an all-female dorm. Our target market are really the foreigners, the backpackers, and what they call the flashpackers. They used to be backpackers when they were younger, but now they're older. They have a little bit more money, but they still like the whole hostel vibe. So that's really what Z Hostel is. It's a hostel, a luxury hostel. The history behind this pole, we have a friend. She's a pole dancer, so she just asked us one day, "Hey Cao, can we set up my pole at Z? I just want to practice." So she set it up here. Almost all the guests that came through to check in, after they checked in, they're like, "Hey, I want to learn the pole. Can you teach me the pole?" And then it sort of became an event. So that's the way it is, and then it just sort of got stuck here. The lobby has become an area to hang out for our guests. And then we also have a cafe. That's where we serve breakfast, and it's also open 24 hours. And then we have the famous roof deck on the 7th floor. And we also have a small theater room as well. It's free for guests to use. They can watch movies, play PlayStation. The story behind the roof deck, it all started with our Sunday event. But that Sunday slowdown actually goes way back to the weekends that our friends and I used to have in La Luz, in Batangas. So the original plan was to have Sunday slowdowns here only for the checked-in guests. And then that got really busy until we decided, okay, you know what, we just have to open the roof deck to everyone. We started getting a really good mix of guests from bankers to lawyers to surfers and musicians, and our guests really enjoyed meeting those types of locals. And I guess that's really what made it popular, the sort of good vibes that we brought, just like a house party. We're not really a super high-end bar. We don't have a dress code. It's very intimate and it's easy to meet other people. It's also part of the house rules that if you're here, you're meant to be here. So introduce yourself to someone new. So I guess that's what started the whole roof deck vibe. We really want to promote the local music scene. One of the dreams that I really envisioned with getting the artists that play in the roof deck is if we have a checked-in guest who's hooked up with the music industry abroad, and while they're here, they discover one of the artists playing, and they get invited to play abroad. That's like my ultimate vision. That's why most of the artists we get here, they're just starting out, or they don't really get as much exposure. So we try to give them that exposure here. And whenever we have live bands, I always encourage them to play original, Filipino songs, because it feels different when you're in another country and you hear their musicians singing local songs. It kind of makes you feel like at home as well. I just want to invite everyone to come to Z Hostel. We have a great roof deck with entertainment every night. We have a pole at the lobby, which is free to use for everyone. So I hope I see all of you here. So we have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can add us, follow us. It's Z Hostel PH. Our official hashtag is Z Hostel PH. And you can book directly with us through our website, www.zhostel.com.